championship this season. Yo, ISSA. Wonder if a school I go finish the league and beat no.
This is the season, of course, and please, I'm not talking about Christmas. I am talking about schoolboy football. Welcome to Fan Central Pitchside, where we have the exclusive coverage of all things SBF, schoolboy football. We have a jam-packed show filled with heated debates, one-on-one interviews, and the insights on the season that is upon us. I am, of course, Michaela Cowan, and beside me is the football fanatic, Nathan Curtis. And together we will take you through a journey to unravel the world of SBF. Nathan, how do you feel about this upcoming season? And I know as a strong campionite, you think your alma mater, Campion College, has a fighting chance this season?
Well, fighting for what exactly? Because as I said...
For the title, so-called title.
Why you put me on a spot like that? I mean... The Lord is on our side. We'll continue to push and fight. But you know it's going to be competitive. And I really believe that they can surprise. So watch out for Campion.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm from Manchester High School. And I am patiently waiting for the day that Manchester High School can win the Costa Cup title. But honestly, it feels like I'm waiting in vain.
I don't want to wait.
For your love. Right. But excitement is building ahead of the start of the season. And just like both of us, the fans across the island are buzzing with anticipation. Brian Pitter took to the streets to get their reaction.
Alright, so it's a rainy day here in Halfway Tree, and we're here just to ask the people ahead of the new schoolboy football season who will take each title, the Manning Cup or the Costa Cup. Let's see what they have to say. So, in your opinion, Bulby, who do you think is winning Manning Cup this season?
Calabar, man.
In your opinion, who do you think is winning Manning Cup this season?
Jamaica College.
JC, come over there, play for them, you know. I'm Little Georges.
I feel like KC would have taken Manning Cup this year, basically, or probably say Enid Dalton, because I've been to Enid Dalton and saw them training for Manning Cup already. I've seen where Calabar and KC started training for Manning Cup basically. But I have my eyes on KC and JC for Manning Cup basically.
JC.
Why? Why?
Because they have a good Manning Cup squad.
I do, man.
St. Diego. Oh, that's them playing out and looking good.
And what about the Costa Cup? What do you think of it?
Well, about the Costa Cup now, you know, say, normally Glenmuir, Garvey, Masio. I don't know about Wallaby on my side still, but them kind of off for the longest while now.
Clarendon College, all the way. Because them look persistent all the time right now. So them are the team right now for beat. Then we are now joke down there. So, and generally is a good coach from long time. So, he have a whole heap of experience from them time. You know? So, that's, he used to go to the school, so he know the right thing, what to do, so everything. So, he's a good coach. So, look over Clarendon College. Always.
One side still Clarendon College.
Clarendon College, well, to win the Costa Cup, Clarendon College will be the best option for me right now.
Clarendon College.
Clarendon College will take back.
In terms of the competitions, who produces the better players, Manning Cup or the Costa Cup?
I feel like, in my opinion, both of them produce good players. Manning Cup produce nice players where you can see where they get by basically some of the JC guys. The KC guys get by for the national team basically. But you also have some good players back in the Costa Cup region basically where you can care from country. You see them both come from country, them know run up and down basically. So in my opinion, I would say Manning Cup produce the better players, but the Costa Cup also produce some nice players also basically.
Which competition produces the best players, Manning Cup or the Costa Cup?
Manning Cup.
Who produce the better players, Manning Cup or the Costa Cup?
To me, I think Manning Cup have the more technical players. I think the Costa Cup produce the more physical players.
Manning Cup, yes.
I would say Manning Cup. I say Whisper make him name, Whisper Ghana lead for KC.
What about Kaim Dixie from Clarendon College or Ghana, England?
Clarendon Dixie, yes, but Whisper come show a platform for every youth in Jamaica we can know so well if them all went straight like he did, then more team we can go to grass on the real way.
Manning Cup. Because them have quality baller.
Manning Cup. As most of the Manning Cup players, most of them have talent, but depends on which school get them and which type of coach can bring out the better in our player, best. So Manning Cup, because enough great talents there in a Manning Cup, but most of the coach them really push certain players to a limit.
All right, so the weather's gotten a bit worse, but the supporters still gave us their thoughts ahead of the new schoolboy football season. Similar culprits, KC and Clarendon College being the favorites for each title. But don't forget to stay tuned here on CVM TV to catch all the action heading into the new season. Stay tuned.
Before Michaela puts me on the spot, yes, I did laugh when the man said Calabar to win Manning Cup. The Lord must be on champion on Calabar's side for that to happen, because there's no way. There's no way. But what do you think of the predictions?
I think, obviously, amongst the fans, CC is the obvious favorite for the Costa Cup.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is just looking at a team that has a system, a coach, everything in place.
Yes.
Although I've heard that they've lost a few starters, so it should be interesting to see how it pans out.
I know for me, I'm looking towards Mona High, and I know they have a match starting this
Saturday,
weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's...
And
Heidel.
Yes.
How could we forget the Heidel?
Right. I think Heidel is going to give a good fight this season for
I don't know
sure.
if they're making it back to the finals. I mean, they had a quality team, but let's be real, Mona has all the little pieces in place.
For sure,
and they have a little birdie pushing them along. We won't call it what the birdie's name is, but it works. It works.
It works, for sure. Yeah, but I think the season is looking great.
It is.
Optimistic, and the fans are excited as
They
we
are.
can
I think
tell.
and they're justifiably surprised and energized, because the truth is we've also had a summer of just absolute great things happening. So I
Absolutely.
think Manning Cup and the Costa Cup is just the icing on the cake of a great year.
I don't agree with him much, but I have to agree with you with that one. Anyways, viewers, time for our first break. When we return, we'll bring you the lowdown on the matches this weekend.
Now, welcome back to FC Pitchside. The season starts this Saturday with a triple header at the Catherine Hall Sports Complex in Montego Bay. Now, first up, we have the defending Manning Cup champions, Mona High, who will battle Waterford High at 2 p.m., which you can watch live here on CVM TV. Then at 4:30 p.m., the 11th-time the Costa Cup winners and again, favorites, Clarendon College, play Lennon High. And then the day ends with a big Mobile showdown of Cornell College facing Herbert Morrison at 7 p.m. Now, that's a day packed of good SBF, and that's a number of matches that we're going to be seeing happening also across the entire Saturday for both competitions. Now, after making history last year with their first ever Manning Cup title, Craig Butler is confident that his charges can repeat. His squad is a strong one, to be honest, and they're heading into the competition losing only 2 members from last season's winning Manning Cup champion side. Let's see what he has to say.
We're very excited about the future. I think the boys are really super talented. And last year, we didn't complete our mission. So this year, we're returning to do that. Well, Lenny got one up on me with Clarendon College. Yeah, I think Lenny is the best coach in Jamaica. Yeah. And I think that he should be given the props that is due. He's very tactical, very good with his players. And last year, they got one up on us. I think next year I'll be the best coach in Jamaica.
Never a dull moment with Craig Butler. Mona High are sure bet to defend their crown. And now we are joined here by the lovely Giovanni Brady, the legend that lives for SBF. So what do you make of that speech from Craig Butler?
I like the word lovely. But I think Craig Butler last year Mona has been an ever-improving project. Year before last year, they made it to the semis, or was it the quarters? And then last year, they made it to the finals, and they won. Went to that Olivia Shield finals and were totally outclassed by that Lenny Hyde coach. Response by Clarendon College. And I think this year, you know, they're going to be a year better, a year older. Mona is one of the few schools as well that they have the audacity, or I'm using the word audacity. You know, they can travel to Europe to have camps and to train with the big clubs, the big boys, the Aston Villas, the Leverkusens. You know, Craig can just take out his contact book and call that club and say, listen. So they have that experience. I want to see how that affects, how that helps them this year. I think definitely they're a team I have making it to the semi-finals. They're not my favorites, but they weren't last year either.
Why are they your favorites?
Yeah, why not?
They're not my favorite.
Yeah, why are they not your favorites?
Oh, because they're the next school in Kingston that had a long list of players that were not able to play last year, that will be able to play this year, who they are my favorites for this year. But we'll get into that when the time comes.
We love a man with confidence around here.
And I mean, but do you think that also enhances the quality of football for schoolboy football? Because to have a Mona High that's getting the opportunity to kind of train, to work alongside top-tier talent like that, you don't think that also builds the competition overall?
It builds the competition. It's not only just Mona, because your alma mater that you so like to remind us about.
Great.
Yeah, Campion. They're attached to Kingston Football Academy, and Kingston Football Academy, you know, under coach. What's his name? Radamakas? The Dutch guy?
Listen, you don't come catch man. I try to pronounce Brad. We keep it with the short name. Yeah, man, Eric, the short name.
Eric Radamakas, yeah. You know, they go to Europe as well. They go to America. So we're seeing the expansion and the bigger brand that schoolboy football is becoming, and it allows for that. So it improves the level of football that we're seeing, and I'm looking forward to the season.
So do you think that Mona High being able to train, because you know that Mona High trains year-round, so do you think that is to their advantage or disadvantage because they don't get a break? What do you think about that?
No man. See, their advantage.
Okay.
Training year-round, you know, being a part of the Phoenix, and we know that Phoenix, you know, Veer Phoenix, they're going to have a Premier League club affiliation.
Right.
With Lenny Hyde, so after them spanking,
you can't beat them. That's what happens.
It's going to allow for, you know, the longer you play football, the better it becomes. Because really and truly at this level, developmental level, you should be playing football 8 months, 9 months consistently to develop a talent. So that's only going to benefit them.
Works.
Yeah, man, it's a system that works.
I mean, for me, I'll even look until you say Mount Pleasant kind of started something in Jamaica and see everybody kind of taking it to that next level. We're now seeing football developed from the absolute grassroots. So for me, you're right. Seeing them play football all year round, seeing them have the ability to just have these preseason matches, build up, have all of that. I'm not going to be surprised if 15 years from now, our Reggae Boys is entirely local built. Local base. As a matter of fact, it may not be local base, but it may just be like a Leon
not
Bailey.
Local base, but
local built.
Yeah, local built.
You're finding that you have players who are leaving Jamaica at 18 with talent enough to go overseas and
you have
make them
Kaim,
out.
Dujan,
There you go.
Adrian Reed is also going to go to Portugal this year.
There you go.
He's one of St. George's College's big boys. I don't think he should be playing schoolboy football this season, but let's see.
I mean, if you want to go and win the title, you need to have the best players. Come on.
I agree with you.
Come on.
Yeah.
So, the defending champions are drawn in Group B along with Charlie Smith High, Gainstead High, Jonathan Grant High, Mona High, can't call Mona again, Tarrant, and Waterford High. Now, I don't see Mona struggling to get out of the zone at all. They have the system, the resources, the leadership, the players to dominate. What do you think about Group B, guys?
Remind me the name of the teams in
So it's Waterford, it's Tarrant, it's Jonathan Grant, it's Gainstead, and it's Charlie Smith.
Oh, wow. So off the top of my head, it should be probably Charlie Smith and Mona, as you mentioned. I think the thing with Waterford, though, is that they're a school-based in St. Catherine, you know, Portmore side. Yeah. And when you go away to Waterford, it's always a tough game.
So what are your predictions for the game this Saturday?
Mona, clearly Mona.
So I'm going to trump up the Waterford.
No, but where is that game? That game is being held in Montego. Yeah, what I was saying. So I'm saying when you go away to Waterford, when you go to Waterford, in Portmore to play, it's a tough game. But doing in Montego Bay, on the carpet, catching Mona should win that. Yeah, man, Mona should. And I like that this year they brought it to Montego Bay as well because, you know, you're bringing the football so the fans in Montego Bay can go to the game and so on and experience. Yeah, I love that.
Right.
I love that.
Meanwhile, the Manning Cup has been reduced to 39 teams following the withdrawal of Spanish Town High on Tuesday. They were in Zone F with Ascot, Bridgeport, Excelsior, Jamaica College, and Pembroke Hall.
So moving over to the Da Costa Cup, Clarendon College have made it a habit of winning. 11-time champions, obviously, and they have won 5 of the last 10 Da Costa Cup titles. Now, they opened the defense of their title against Denby in Zone H, which also includes Central High, Claude McKay, Edwin Allen, Lennon, and Thompsontown. Now, let's hear from the teacher, the original Lenny Hyde, Clarendon College's head coach.
We have been working a long time now. Pre-season have been going. We have a beautiful, wonderful trainer in Junior Samuel, Sammy. So he's been working with the players for the past couple of months now. So we are in good nick. We are physically well. We are a little bit inexperienced, but such is football when you are rebuilding. We lost some players last year, but the players that we have kept, and some of them that have been getting some 10 and 20 minutes last year, they are the season one for this season. So we have a pretty qualified unit to go there and defend our squad.
CC losing several players, including Devontae Hodges, Christopher Hall, and the lethal, well-known Kaheem Dixon. For any other team, I can say that would be detrimental, but Lenny Hyde and his coaching staff have entrenched a certain discipline that is special to CC and a way of playing that the next players stepping up, they fit right in. Giovanni, what do you think about that?
Added to that, I think they're not going to have one of their centre-backs as well, Atiba Green, and one of their captains from last year, Malachi Douglas, probably the best attacking midfielder in schoolboy football last year. So I think what this has done to the Costa Cup definitely is brought, I think CC will be weaker.
But not weak enough.
But probably not weak enough.
Not weak enough compared to everyone else.
That's a good one, but it brings more parity. It'll be a closer game. Glenmuir probably has managed to keep a lot of their players. Tavon Coleman was there last year, one of their centre backs. I think they managed to keep him. Kyle Gordon, their number 10, he left. He went off to school overseas. So, but they've managed to retain a good base of players. So Glenmuir will be closer.
But not close enough.
Well, there are people who have Glenmuir as favourites, though,
Of course.
because they retain players.
I mean,
and when you retain players, but as you say,
but let's be fair. If you have 5 of the last 10, and truth is, even for the 5 that you did not win, you were either semis, finals. You have to look and recognize that Clarendon College has...
But you lose 6 year starters, That 5, 6
and
starters.
every year they do it and somehow they show up back. Because if we were to talk about the past 10 years and the names that have walked through Clarendon College's doors, we keep thinking, boy, they can't do it again. They can't do it again.
Repeat itself.
And they keep doing it. I mean, JC did that for, I think, a similar portion of time, about 10 to 12 years. They had a run where it was pretty much over and over. They just found a way. So with the right system, you have to accept that Clarendon College really should be seen as the...
Yeah, we talk about Lenny, and I think Lenny's probably the best developmental coach in Jamaica, So, I mean, he's always developing talent. He has an eye for talent. He knows how to coach. Again, CC is weak, but probably we don't think they're weak enough. But again, Glenmuir has a chance there. Yeah.
Well, that's all I always say. The best analysis always is found right here. Right here at ISSA Pitchside. But we have to jump to a quick break. Come back for more right after. Now, in 1923, Wolmer's High School tasted victory for the first time, and since then, they are no strangers to winning the Manning Cup. Now, in recent years, they've not been having the best of luck when it comes to winning the title, as their last win was all the way back in 1994. Now, Wolmer's is experiencing a drought when it comes to the Manning Cup. So, does the 10-time champion have what it takes to redeem themselves and flood their gates with triumph? Let's find out in this Team Talk segment.
If you notice, it's a lot of youngsters. We are still going through the development process. One of the objectives is to ensure that you advance out of the group, and then we see how far we can take it from there.
For goalkeeper Jelani Usayam, winning the Manning Cup will mean everything.
From I stepped foot into Ulmas in first form, I gave myself a goal, and that was to win just a trophy for Ulmas. I know I'm at the Manning Cup level. This is my last season, so I plan to do that this season.
Admittedly, Wolmer's technical director says not winning the cup for so long brings pressure. But by Jerome's estimation, it might be some time before the wait is over.
Based on the tradition of the school, as you know, the oldest school in the history of our region, our country, and these youngsters, they are still working. The best of the lot are the U14 and the U16 that is coming up. So we continue to work on the development of those boys because we are the champions of the under-14 All-Island champion last year. So in another 2 years, you will see Wolmer's back on track.
The ultimate aim now is to groom these boys into becoming men.
These youngsters, it's my third season. They have been learning a lot, and it only can get better because the younger generation, as I explained earlier, the U14 and the U16, in due time they will have to make that transition to the senior team. And it's not only just coaching, as you mentioned, father figure. Sometimes you have to assist them with their schoolwork and sit them down and talk to them one-on-one.
It's good work with him. So you learn a lot of stuff every day. It's a learning experience. He teaches us stuff that we wouldn't have known from before.
He has a lot of stories to tell us from over the years of his success and what other teams have done in the past, and we want to kind of replicate that this season. And I think we can get the job done, as I said before.
With 10 titles, I can safely say Wolmer's is a sleeping giant, since their last crown was 30 years ago. Wow. Let's take a look at their titles. 1994, 1971, 1939, 1938, 1931, 1930, 1926, 1925, 1924, and their first title in 1923. None of those titles have come in the last 21st century, rather, which should be a bother to me. Wolmer's success is based on history. Gio, do you think so?
Yeah, Wolmer's success is based on history. The last memory I have of Wolmer's in schoolboy football was in 2018 or 19, what was then called the Flow Super Cup.
Right.
That legendary finals where they went and won and lifted that trophy. On the Manning Cup side, they've been in a bit of a drought. Jerome Waite been there for a few years, as he said. Jerome Waite by himself, this is a big coach you're talking about. It's a quality coach, Premier League coach with Tivoli Gardens. So, and he knows about success. He's had success before. So I think he definitely, is looking to rebuild. He mentioned the under-14, he mentioned the under-16. So that's something he's looking at. I think probably the infrastructure as well, something that Wolmer's needs to talk about, because I'm being told that Wolmer's doesn't have a field.
Yes, they don't.
They're
training on the girls' field, and they play matches at Michael, right?
Oh. Yeah, so that was actually a surprise when I heard it as well, because Wolmer's...
We know Wolmer's is a sports school.
Yeah, man, Wolmer's is a sports school, so that has to be something very, very worrying. And I guess that's a problem, though. Sports school versus a football school. You have some schools that have their predominance. We know that KC or JC kind of have their main focuses, whereas a Wolmer's is a rounded school.
Right.
All sports kind of get that same kind of level of prominence. So I think, for me, when I think of the whole idea of a sleeping giant, it's a little unfair to Wolmer's because, as I said, they've always been competitive. Though they may not win, you're not seeing Wolmer's being knocked out in the first round. You're not seeing Wolmer's putting forward teams that are considered to be weak.
You're not seeing Wolmer's picking up tennis scores.
You're not seeing Wolmer's picking up tennis scores like some schools that pick up in the past. So, for me, when you think about Wolmer's, it's that consistency. It's like the Clarendon College concept. But there are years that Clarendon College fell off. They weren't winning, but they were competing.
Right.
And I think that's something that you'll see that with Coach Waite, you kind of give him the time. What he has done on the professional level is
But if it's the third season, I figure it's a long time.
No, but this is the year to see if it's made a difference. You have to kind of look at it that way, because it's not like he did a Butler transformation where you brought in players. He inherited that team and he's working with the team he has. You get me? But for me, when you look, Wolmer's who are drawn in Zone E with Denham Town, Edith Dalton James, and St. Mary. All right, let's just start over that. And give me a countdown. Now, Wolmer's are drawn in Zone E with Denham Town, Edith Dalton James, St. Mary's College, St. Jago, and Tivoli High. Now, it's easy to say that they'd be my pick to advance as one of the two automatic qualifiers for the second round, but I'll be very honest and say, I know Tivoli High has what it takes.
Yeah,
they're a very good team, and they will compete for a spot to come out and either be a top 2 or a top 3 best placed team. And I think when you look at that overall group, Jago is a team that you cannot underestimate.
Tivoli getting a respite this year, because last year they were in group with Jamaica College. Yes. Yeah, so this year they're in an easier group. Wolmer's is an easier proposition than JC, obviously.
Manageable.
That's a better way to come out on top. A better group, to come out on top.
It is a better group. And I think when you take the Wolmer's team, as I said, they're always consistent.
Yes.
But there are a couple of other teams there when you call the name. Yeah, Jago is not necessarily a powerhouse in football, but they're a competitor in football. Tivoli is one of those schools where they'll pop up one year and they're going straight to our semis. They're going straight to the quarters. So they will produce quality.
One World Cup year before last year.
Yeah. So for me, when you look at that overall, you kind of say, Wolmer's for sure should be doing something here, because, again, this is the third year of a big project for Coach Waite. But that group, and I don't even want to sleep on even Edith Dalton James, because I've seen them surprise over the years. Okay. So these are schools that you can always find a 1 or 2 match where they pop up and make a big surprise.
The correct circumstance can give you a very competitive game.
It can. Yeah. It can. So I'm looking at that group as a group to watch, because you may get a big surprise that comes out of that group.
That was our segment of Team Talk. And please enjoy this break. And when we come back, we'll join you for another segment to come. Welcome back to FC Pitchside. And we march into this segment called History Class. It is really a journey down memory lane. And today we feature Clarendon College, the 11th-time Da Costa Cup champions. They're located in the cool and quiet town of Chapelton in north central Clarendon. CC was founded in 1942 by Reverend Lester Daly. It is the largest secondary institution in Clarendon, hosting over 1,900 students.
Now, one of Clarendon College's most famous students is the Reggae Boys captain, Andre Blake. He recently donated $500,000 to the school, and he takes the front seat in this history class.
Because remember, Andre is an international star, and when the younger ones can see that he started here as well, it gives not just the footballers that impetus to grow and to become better, but it tells the young people, the first formers, second formers, and so on, that they too can aspire to inspire sometime and to continue to do their best and to ensure that the school's motto is not just a writing on the wall, but that's something that we put into practice.
How important was it for you to come to the schools that you attended for so long and to give back?
For me, this is very important, a big moment for me. I spent, 4 to 5 years of my childhood here, developing my craft, and I always believe that, a principle of mine is always giving back, so it's very important, that this could have happened, but it could not have happened without my sponsor, Supreme Venture, and Sagicor Foundation as well. So I'm just very grateful for that, and I'm just happy that I was able to make this donation.
All right, so let's go back to your days at Clarendon College. You said 4 or 5 years. What year again you represented CC at D Cup level?
So I played with CC at D Cup level. I think it was 2006, 2006, 2007, and 2008. I think. Yeah, my memory is not so good, but I can remember 2006 for sure. I think that was my first
So
year.
what was the experience like? Because you know that Clarendon College comes with a heavy name, historically one of the top schools in schoolboy football.
Yeah, I mean, I won the Doncaster Cup 11 times, you know, so it's a big deal, you know. Unfortunately, I didn't win it, but, you know, that's okay, you know. But my first year was probably my best year, you know. That was the most talented group. Should have won it for sure. We lost to Froome Technical in the semis, which was a tough one to take, but it's a part of the game, you know. But for me, that was my best year, you know, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And there was a point in the season when you had to play as a striker. And you scored what? You scored 6 goals that season.
Yeah, you know, I think that was my final year, you know, 6 Doncaster Cup goals, you know, and yeah, I enjoyed playing on the field as well, and it was just a moment where, you know, coach saw it fit, where a lot of people probably didn't like it, you know, but it was fun for me while it lasted, you know, and I enjoyed it.
So do you ever get the question in your mind that you have made the right choice? Being a goalkeeper, as good as you are today, one of the best in the world for sure, especially best in the region, that's undoubted. Do you ever have the question of, should I be a forward or be a goalkeeper?
I would say no. I don't like to really look back on things, you know, and I believe strongly that, you know, everything happened for a reason, you know, and I always said I didn't, you know, choose goalkeeping chose me, because growing up I enjoyed playing out on the field more than I, you know, enjoyed playing in the goal, but, you know, it kind of just happened, and sometimes when these things happen, you just have to go with the flow.
But you're a man of many talents. You also played cricket for the school, so you could have easily been joining Andre Russell, another former Clarendon College student. You were a wicket keeper at the Headley Cup level.
Yeah, you know, I'm just an athlete, I guess you could say. I had the pleasure of playing with Russell, you know, but not for cricket, actually for football, and that was 2006. We were on the team together. You know, I played a little bit of cricket with him as well, you know, but wasn't as good at cricket, so I had to wait until the top notch leave, then I picked up. But, you know, I can do my thing, and again, you know, I enjoyed it, and, you know, it was fun.
All right, what is your message to the current squad, defending champions?
Yeah, they've been doing really well, you know, so they have the foundation, you know, so I don't think I need to say much. I just have to say, you know, keep it up, you know, keep doing what you've been doing, because obviously it's been working.
All right, finally, Reggae Boys captain, a new coach, new approach. I guess your first game is against Cuba. What are you expecting under the leadership of a quality manager like Steve McLaren?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about Steve, you know, his principles, what he's about, you know, and I'm excited, you know, and every time there's a new coach, you know, there's always something that you could learn, you know, so we have to go in with an open mind, you know, be willing to learn and adapt to his principles, because if it's going to work, we're going to have to do it together. So we're looking forward to it. We're excited, and yeah, can't wait to get started.
All right, Andre, all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That really was a good history lesson. I mean, there's a lot of positives to take away from that. I think Andre Blake has been a real testament to schoolboy football and doing things the right way. What do you guys think about what was
football in general, Andre Russell? Sure. I think Andre Russell. I'm gonna say Andre Russell, Andre Blake. I'm sorry, cricket. But yeah, I think Blakey, as they call him in the camp, I think he's at the level that he could keep at probably Premier League level in Europe. I think there are a few reasons he hasn't gone over, but I think he's at that level. He's that good. If you watch a lot of games and you see the level of performances he can put forward, and it shows the level of talent that we have in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, namely, you know, probably the best goalkeeper in the region, someone that I admire, the professionalism, giving back. He always does this, by the way, not a one-off thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's a trip down memory lane for sure. And he has the love for the sport, but he knows where he started from. Yeah. And I love the fact that he always gives back. As Giovanni said, it's not a one-off thing. Yeah. This is something that he consistently will do.
Going all the way up into the cool hills.
Right. No, and all the way back into the cool hills.
When you talk about Blakey, I mean, you'll always go back on the first thing you can say. The beacon, the testament to what Jamaican football at its best.
And the spirit of it.
Yeah, the spirit. He does it. He plays the right way.
Yes.
He is the right citizen to represent Jamaican football. And I think every time you kind of look, even when he doesn't play, so think back to Copa America, even when he's not playing, you feel his presence. And that's just something you have to look back and think. That reminds you of the leadership, the Warren Barretts that we've had, the Peter Cargills, the personalities that have stood out over the years. Blakey is going to go down for me as one of those that, as a schoolboy football and even as a reggae boy, one of the legends.
He needs to get a World Cup appearance to kind of just cement the legend there.
It's coming. No, but that's why you're going to have a couple of schoolboy football transition over by that time and make it to the reggae boy squad.
Yeah, man, definitely. We already have like three, four, so yeah, we're on that path.
Yeah, a great ambassador for sure. Yeah. Great ambassador.
Well, we hit the home stretch and we come back after this final break for more FC Pitchside.
Ball fever is in the air as SPF season draws near. We're about to heat things up with the debate, and this is where Nathan and Gio will go at it about a topical issue. Today's topic, should the JFF do more for schoolboy football? ISSA President Keith Wellington has urged the Jamaica Football Federation to do more for schoolboy football. Speaking at the launch of the 2024 season, Wellington said the schools deserve more acknowledgement from the JFFF.
Well, I will continue to ask that we get the credit we deserve and that the schools in part, not even ISSAs per se as a body, but the individual schools that invest so much in our various sporting programs to the benefit of the nation.
Ball fever is in the air as SPF season draws near. We're about to heat things up with the debate. This is where Nathan and Gio will go at it about a topical issue. Today's topic, should the JFF do more for schoolboy football? ISSA President Keith Wellington has urged the Jamaica Football Federation to do more for schoolboy football. Speaking at the launch of the 2024 season, Wellington said the schools deserve more acknowledgement from the JFF.
Well, I will continue to ask that we get the credit we deserve and that the schools in part, not even ISSAs per se as a body, but the individual schools that invest so much in our various sporting programs to the benefit of the nation. The truth is, as a principal, I can tell you that there are many principals that come under real pressure because of the percentage of the money that they spend on sports. So when these principals make the sacrifice to invest in their sporting programs, I think that the national bodies must give credit to these schools. And as I said, for football, one of the basic things is that when a youngster from your school is named to a national team, recognize the school. That's very basic.
Guys, with that said, it's over to you, Nathan. You have a minute to make your point.
Okay, so first and foremost, schoolboy football is an essential tool to the development of the footballing talent in our country. Now, the JFF has the primary responsibility to develop the talent, football talent in our country. So can they do more? Yes, because the quality of players that we're seeing coming from schoolboy football still has not made it to that point that we're seeing us challenging, even locally, meaning Caribbean Cup, meaning in CONCACAF overall. So I want to put it forward that there must be more coming from JFF outside of even resource of money. Structures, systems, overall tactics. So it has to come to a place where the JFF is speaking about the language of football in Jamaica. Now, I'm going to go as far as to say the schools have a little bit of a role to play here. Every school has churned out thousands of graduates each year. Persons who've gone on into private, public life, who've earned some amount of money. And if they're wise, the schools will now build that alumni network that says, if you need X to be done, you can reach out to that network. And I mean, let's not fool ourselves. It's not JC and Casey and Woolmers alone produces people who've gone on to do big things in life. So it has to be that we look to the broader network. But the JFF, it has to start with you because football is your responsibility.
Let me say something, right? Remember, so the question is, should JFF give more support to ISSA? I think JFF gives a lot of support, but we have to also remember that ISSA, Intersecondary School Association, is not, they don't fall under JFF. That's the first thing. So they're two relatively separate bodies. Now, in regards to, if you're talking about youth development, JFF would have all their youth leagues that they sponsor across the country. You know, the CASAFA under 14. You know, we've seen where the Premier League recently has started out youth competitions in Malta, and JFF is related to that because JPL, Jamaica Premier League, falls under JFF. ISSA does not fall under JFF. ISSA is a separate body that does youth sport or school sports. Not youth sports, school sports, which is a totally different thing. But to this point, I do think JFF, they do give some support. If you realize at schoolboy football launch, they're there. Yes. You know, and we've seen at the finals, at matches, they're there and so on. And based off my understanding, I know that, you know, like balls and certain things are sponsored. The referees would definitely need to come from the Jamaica Football Federation to come and coach and the games and so on. So they do give some support. I think JFF does what they should be doing. I do think they do what they should be doing.
I know you don't agree with that.
I definitely don't.
Why?
Because I'll go back to the fundamental. And if you want to look at it as sports administration in a country, every sport or most sports in general have overarching bodies where even if a singular, smaller entity doesn't fall under, they try to ensure that they give some level of support. No, the truth is schoolboy football, more than even our junior leagues, the corner leagues, is one of the primary breeding grounds for the talent that we're looking at here.
Discussion, you know.
No, I'm not saying
that's
no.
a discussion by itself.
True,
like
but the challenge that we have here is that there's no definition of how the JFF supports right now, because in some instances it seems like if ISSA says, all right, we want $5 million, they go, all right, I'll give you $1 million. If the $5 million is justified coming from ISSA, meaning we believe that you as a body has all these resources, all of these contacts, and this is what we'll use the $5 million to do, then it's in the JFF's interest because they will get better talent coming to them.
That's exactly what Gio is trying to not agree with. Sides. I'm not picking sides. I can't pick sides. But obviously, looking at his shirt, his sweatshirt,
Ooh,
I know that he's not agreeing with that, right? And I think that's what he said in his first point.
Are you picking sides?
I am not picking sides.
Thank you for that one.
I'm not picking sides.
Again, I think there's so much the JFF can really do in regards to ISSA. I think there needs to be a coming together and a dialogue with regards to, as you mentioned, I agree. Clear grounds or clear means or ways in which to help. Mr. Wellington did not necessarily highlight the clear. Is it that he wants, you know, probably the JFF to come with some sort of a trophy or something like that and say, listen, you know, we have the trophy. Does he want probably more specific acknowledgement of the schools? How does he want that acknowledgement? What kind of acknowledgement? Is it that he wants acknowledgement or support? Those are two different words. If he wants
you're
support,
saying that he wants support or acknowledgement? Which one?
He used the word acknowledgement. So I can't really go against the word.
He's trying to say? Support or acknowledgement? What do you think he's trying to say?
What he said was acknowledgement.
I think he was trying to be politically correct because one of the things you don't want to do is to call out people who are still helping in some way. You don't want to turn around and bite a hand that's kind of feeding you. I think what you see is that, and take champs, the relationship that exists between J3As and ISSA is a completely different one compared to the to ISSA and JFF. Now, that should tell you that a part of it is I don't want to say personally or personality, but it shows that with the right kind of communication, you can maximize. And when you look at how Champs itself has grown with the partnership between all of those bodies, it's gone to that next level. Now, for me, I see schoolboy football growing, you know, but at the increments that you see in other sporting disciplines, track and field, to be very
You don't
obvious,
think it's going like...
I don't think it's grown to that level because for me, a Leon Bailey is not, I don't think a Leon Bailey is an abnormality. I think he is a norm in Jamaica, but the difference is that he got exposure at a very young age to a lot of football. And he never even played schoolboy football, really.
Leon's development is weird because Leon's development never came through schoolboy football. I think if you're not going on that route, you have probably talk about a Kahim, a Adrian Reed, a Dijon Whisper Richards, players who have come out of schoolboy football and through the Jamaica Football Federation have gotten the chance to play with the national team and go overseas and so on. That is some sort of assistance. Also, you know, after every season, you have the combined team that goes over to America and they play for scholarships and whatever.
So can you speak
JFF supports that as well.
So can you speak to JFF direct impact onto the students and the players of schoolboy football?
But again, right, that is not necessarily JFF's not through schoolboy football. through the local club system,
But
through the
is
local
it-
youth club football club
I mean, it's almost like to
Isn't
say.
that what Mr. Wellington is trying to say?
No, I think, and as I said, I think he was trying to be politically correct. No, man. He's trying to be politically correct because what's really happening is just to say football needs to be developed in Jamaica. Are there gaps? Yes. Can the JFF help ISSA to fill those gaps? I think that's what he really wants to say with us.
I think the JFF has put help where they
Gentlemen, heated debate, of course, but we are all out of time for this segment. But Gio and Nathan have definitely raised the temperatures in the studio. I mean, Jackie kind of feels tight now. So we definitely have to cool down on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Right then, peak up, manning up. Oliver Yashil, yo, make we link up. We watch the Champions Cup, Ben Francis Walker Cup. Which team are win the championship this season? Yo, ISSA, wonder if a school I go finish the league and beat now. Which youth I go collect the golden boot and be the favorite for the people? Yo, ISSA, we see fans are roll out all about be a flag pan vehicle. Looking at the crowd, buffalo the supporters from school and community too. People nothing at distance, some a listen on radio, some a watch it on TV too.
We are in the final segment of FC Pitchside, and it's all about the fans. The SBF official anthem has been resonating among supporters since the last season. On every match day, the sound system rings loud with ISSA Schoolboy Football. A team will rise and a team will fall. The man with the lyric, I'm telling you, it's no gimmicks, is in the studio here with us today to discuss his track, recording artist D. Burns.
Mad.
How are you feeling?
I mean, it's good to be here. I mean, after I build the song, I never knew I'd be doing an interview about the song. You know, just I build a song, I will like it, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So first up, I see that you're in the color red,
Yeah.
right? Glenmuir High School.
I'm remove that something so them can check the logo, you understand?
No need to ask where your loyalty is.
Yeah,
Glenmuir High School,
for sure,
right?
For sure.
So did you play football at Glenmuir?
No, I never play football at Glenmuir.
So why you wearing a jersey?
So this is not a sporting jersey. This is just a Glenmuir jersey. You
Right.
understand? So it have nothing to do with sports or anything. It's just loyalty to my alma mater, Glenmuir High School.
But clearly we're going into the schoolboy football season. So you're supporting a school.
Definitely,
Yeah,
you understand me? I say, so whatever endeavor my school may take on, me have to support them. You understand? Be it we're talking about schoolboy football, but be it football, be it quiz, be it badminton, be it netball, because we're a big school for netball too. You understand?
Apparently.
Anything. And I actually went to Glenmuir because of quiz. I never do quiz at Glenmuir, but quiz is what got me interested in Glenmuir in the first place. So me I support them in everything. See that? Color red for life.
So Glenmuir won the championship cup last season, but they lost out another Costa Cup. So where you think they will go this year?
Them
You
a
think
go
they will
win,
go
man.
all the way
Them a go
this
win
year?
everything this year, man.
Everything?
Everything. Everything.
Why are you so confident?
Yeah, I'm confident.
Why are you so confident?
I'm confident because, one, Glenmuir is, when it comes to football, Glenmuir has always been an amazing school, right? In my first year at Glenmuir won the Triple Crown. Them time there, D Cup, Ben Francis, and Olivier Shield, right? Them time the Super Cup and Champions Cup never exist them time, there, right? And I was there to see and celebrate that moment. Since then, we've never got the Triple Crown, but we've been consistent in D Cup. We've been consistent overall in football, and in the past 2 or 3
You
years,
guys won
we've
Ben
dominating.
Francis year before last year.
Yeah, man. So
And
we
it
win
was
Couple Ben
Super Cup
Francis
last
and win
year.
Couple D
Yeah,
Cup
man.
after,
Right.
and we've been dominating in the past couple of years. Last year, we shut it down in other circumstances, you know. You understand? And this year, we just fall back for it. You understand?
So we can definitely know that you're confident and they're going all the way.
Yes.
According to D Burns,
Yes,
guys.
them are gonna win.
So let's
Yes.
segue a little bit into the track. So talk to us about the track, because it was a big hit amongst the fans last season. And now this season, it's adding to the excitement of the season.
Yeah.
So did you expect it to be such a big hit?
Man, I tell you the truth. So, Virgin Javed linked me. Him say, yo, one of my co-workers go link you about a song. She want a song. And I say, all right, cool, link me. Them link me, and she give me the details, and I may never sure which part to go with it, because she sent me a reference. I said, John Star, I really can do this. And spend some time, link my Virgin Papita, big up yourself. I say, yo, I want to read him. And I'll tell you, at the time, drift around the place. And I say, something where have a drift energy. And then find the sound and then build the rhythm. And I say, yo, that rhythm, I'm mad. And we have it and we are. Before even the rhythm though, I had the D-cup, morning cup, Olivia Shield, yo, make we link up. I have that in my head and I rinse in my head and I rinse in my head. And I just start it and even the chorus, that never for me the chorus. I just start say, schoolboy football. I mean,
also, it was just flowing.
It was a flow, and I just put some lyrics to it, and it done. And when it done, me I say, yo, that song is bad.
It's when you mention drift because I can hear the influence.
Yeah, man, definitely. Drifted around the place, and me I say, yo, at the time, I had that energy there around the place. So I said I wanted something like drift, and then Billy Papito because myself at the wickedest. Is a Papito plug at the wickedest thing.
So moral of the story, big up Papito.
I remember being at the launch last year, and when the song play, so because it's the second year of the song, when the song played at launch, like place get up, man, place some good vibes.
It have a vibe and it have an energy. It's something that you can dance to. It's something that you can actually listen, and it speaks to everything that actually happens during the schoolboy football season. Every school is fighting to win. We are wonder which school are going to win. We are wonder who's going to get the golden boot. Who's going to be that MVP for the season.
How does ISSA feel about the song?
No, everybody love it. Everybody love it. What do you mean? Everybody love the song. Everybody love the song. So me I say essentially is when I loved the song when it done. The whole of we did me, Papito, Murphy, them, we love the song, right? But there is, and of course we did believe the audience would receive it well, but there is no way we could tell to what extent the audience will love it. But now, when people are link me and I say, yo, are you sing that, don't? We know say people love it for real. And then when Sportsmax link me and say, when them link me and say, yo, we want to do a video feed. I know say people love it.
That's the video this year.
That's the video we dropped this year.
I think a part of what boosted the song as well, and I think Whisper just left to go overseas. So schoolboy football that take on a buzz, and then a brand new song we kind of encapsulate all of that season.
All of that in the song. All of them things in the song. You understand what I'm saying?
The song sound like it's a baller, write it. And you never play football, which is so interesting
I never play football at high school.
You never play football, but it sounds like a baller, right? You have the spirit of football in it, and that's what I love.
It makes sense, you know, because when I was in sixth farm, we never win D Cup when we in a sixth farm. But when we in a sixth farm, we actually build a song for my school at the time. Oh, you feed this color red. From your this color red, me I guarantee you say your color dead. So we actually build a football song for my school them time there. Color red, on our way to victory. We ever strong, ever fit. So I big up everybody. We big up all of the ball of them. Yeah, so it's only fitting. So them link me for do it. You understand?
So what inspired you to write this song? I know the inspiration came from kind of you said drift a little bit, but what the lyrics of the song and the vibe and the music video? What inspired that?
As I said, what inspired the song for me is I wanted to capture everything that actually happens during a schoolboy football season. Because when media high school especially and we are go watch match, the whole of Jack Monday come out, everybody are fouled out, the whole of Glenmere Rose team are fouled out. Everybody have them flag and a bus load of people are roll out. So in the song you even say that. You understand? Bus load of supporters from school and community too. Because not just people from the school, everybody from the community. So for me, I wanted to just capture the full and real essence of what happens when schoolboy football. And if you see the peanut man, not see them a go schoolboy football, go sell them peanut, but them a support a side same way. You understand? So that was really the inspiration, trying as best as possible to package the reality of schoolboy football in around 3 minutes. Right, this up.
Right. Well, D Burns, it was amazing talking to you. It's great talking to you. And, you know, we want you to give us a piece of the song before you go. But remember, at SPF, loving fans, right? CVM, this is your place for the season for everything schoolboy football. We kick off the season with the opening game of the Manning Cup between defending champions Mona High and Waterford High. Saturday at 2 p.m. Remember, catch us here every Thursday at 8 p.m. SBF Pitchside is your guide. So enjoy the ride on this journey deep in schoolboy football. D Burns, take us out.
D Cup, Manning Cup, Olivia Shield, yo, make we link up. We watch the Champions Cup, Ben Francis Walker Cup. Which team are win the championship this season? Yo, ISSA, wonder if a school a go finish the league and beat now. Which youth a go collect the golden boot and be the favorite for the people? You understand? Schoolboy football, run come, look one, look all. Which team are the best and I go better than the rest? And if your team beat your chest, me I beat my chest. Schoolboy football, big up on yourself. Boom, I'm out.
team are the best and not better than the rest of me for your team beat your chest. ISSA Schoolboy Football, a team could rise and a team could fall, but they never will know until the whistle blows. So run, come enjoy the show. ISSA